Meet Nigel Vernon, a trained pharmacologist who owns and is licensed to operate NJV's pharmacy on Front Street in Punta Gorda. Nigel registered the pharmacy back in 2009, and for the past 15 years, he has been running it alongside his mom, Betty Coleman. The pharmacy is just the latest chapter in the story that Nigel's grandfather, George Vernon, began 90 years ago.
I did not know my grandfather. He passed away in 1982. I was just about 2.5 years old.
Nigel's mother, Betty Coleman, hails from Guatemala, where her Belizean mother and Guatemalan father lived. It was during those trips as a child that her parents took her to shop at the store.
We used to pass by and, we used to go to the shop because it was the biggest shop. Everybody, when I used to come and stay with my cousin in Forest Home, they would say, let's go to George Vernon's store.
After George passed away, his son Vance began courting Betty. She moved to Belize in 1971 to be with him, and together they had 4 children, including Nigel. Betty reminisced about what daily life was like back then, when Vernon's store was still a cornerstone of the PG community.
We used to sell like almost everything you could think about.
Like
alcohol, liquid, beverages. We used to sell flour, groceries in a whole, building materials. We used to sell rum by pints. So we had to mix that in the morning, like by 6, 7 o'clock we used to open. From then we start, and we used to have some really hectic days, really, because we used to have these boats come from Guatemala, and they used to buy stuff like by 50 cases, 100 cases of soap or clim or cheese, all these things.
But competition became fierce with the influx of the Asian community, and to keep the business open after Vance died, Nigel put his studies to work. Betty isn't a trained pharmacist like her son, but she learned the ropes from him and now qualifies to sell over-the-counter medication. Nigel, on the other hand, handles all the prescribed medications.
I said I'm going to be the cashier. But then I said, well, you know what? I could learn something. So I went around looking at the medication and reading some of them to the back. I don't sell the prescription drugs because that is his job. Yeah, I don't want to get charged for something.
The pair chose to keep the last branch of the business not just to honor its long legacy, but because it made good business sense. They take great pride in the courteous service they offer, which keeps the customers coming back.
I always come right here.
This is your favorite spot?
Yes.
Okay,
I don't go nowhere in the other pharmacy.
Okay. And the service is excellent too?
Yes, it's good. Excellent.
We used to live in the village up the road, Belize, San Antonio Road. And my father used to take me down by the shop. Because he used to do business with them too, because he had a little petty shop up the road.
Okay.
And he used to buy his groceries from them to resell them at Mafredai. They have very good relationship with people and they work along with people good and very mannerly.
My grandmother, she passed away 3 decades ago, but yeah, so that day we used to buy groceries. So there was a place where everybody used to go. The people that serving at the store was very friendly. Always Mr. Vernon used to do there. And so you feel welcome if you go to the store, go buy. And I could say up to now.
With the arrival of Asian-owned stores and supermarkets, competition became fierce. As Nigel's father, Vance, grew older, he passed the business down to Nigel, who decided to study pharmacology and transition into that direction. But the Vernon brand is experiencing a similar challenge with viability because of more pharmacies in the community. So, Nigel is thinking about adding a new dimension to the business to boost its strength and stay competitive in the challenging market.
Just doing the same like what we have at the moment, but basically do it in the herbal stuff instead of doing just chemical medication. You can't stay in one business forever now because it doesn't work that way anymore.
Interestingly, even though he's a trained medical scientist, Nigel believes that natural medicine is better for the body.
I personally would take the herbs over the scientific medication.
Over what you're selling now?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, to me, I see it works better. It's the thing that you have to be consistent with it. With the herbal stuff, you have to be consistent. You have to take it every day for a longer period of time, but you get better results. When you do just the regular medications that the doctors would prescribe, yes, you do get better, but with what cost? Sometimes you have side effects with most of these medications. Sometimes we don't treat the problem, and we just want to put a band-aid on it and say, oh, okay, I'm better now.
Nigel dreams of seeing the business thrive in the future and hopes to eventually pass the torch to a successor.
Try to keep it in family.
Fourth generation?
Working on that one.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Marion Ali.